Man, it's muggy out here. Da, 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 da. God damn. Pretty quiet out here. Expect at least maybe a couple squirrels or something. Time to go inside. Get sit down. Alright, put that right there real quick. Okay. My hair is all out of whack. This is great. Alright, get this dealt with. Yeah, it's been pretty nice to chill for the last few days, and now it's all fucking warm and hot. Make up your mind. Make up your mind, weather. Should cool myself down here. I felt better. My goodness gracious. Oh, that's much better. Oh my God. I love that. Rampatinas. Random shit. Fuck, dude. Ugh. God, I hate this rhino shit. God damn. Straight up, like, only during the fucking morning when this shit happens, too. It's so annoying. Fuck man. Connect it there. Okay, like this down a bit. There we go. That's better. That's better. We're good there. There we go. Alright, sweet. Do this real quick. Alrighty. I'll need to do this real quick. Get these things plugged in. Boom. Bada beam, bada boom. Okay. There we go. Don't be fucking loud and ridiculous. There we go. Sweet. Oh, I forgot. Oh, shit. There we go. Cool. And do this real quick. There. Just fix that shit. There we go. Man, there was a, like, full-on, like, a good, like, 3 or 4 bowls, like, in the bottom of this. Holy shit. It's already ready to go. There we go. Nice. What did I just do with the coffees? I just had them. Oh, God damn it. Where is it? There it is. Dude, fuck, man. Don't do that. Goodness gracious, loud asshole mutt. Really not exactly fond of him doing shit like that. Just out of nowhere, just like, bro. Fuck, dude, don't! Not right now, bro. Fuck. Damn, man. quick. Oh, there we go. Now I should be bouncing around everywhere until I move it. Oh, fucking stupid cord. I like how it's supposed to be all bendy and mendable, but it's just like stuck being in this weird stupid loop. Because that's totally not annoying. See, dog? If you got food and water, you don't have to be freaking out or anything. Damn. Silly ass little dork. Tried to do a little bot packing, but that did not work. I'm gonna need to get this bowl going here. See if that'll help. Get my body all nice, loosey goosey. Cause I definitely feel stiff. I definitely woke up with like some pinch or some shit. Like right next to like the back of my ribcage back here. So I have no idea what the fuck I did, but I woke up and I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. I sat up and I was like, Then I got up and I went, ow. So I just went, okay, yep, there's something back there. Kind of worked it out a little bit, but I'm still kind of in this like, kind of feeling. It's like, That's bullshit. It's boo. Jeez, Zooks. You're so silly. And this dog was so tired and sleepy by the time I was done with our adventure. Just had him out and about, walking around with me everywhere all day yesterday practically, and playing around with him. Little sweet boy. And he just like got knocked the fuck out. When I woke up early this morning, he was like just out. Just like out as out can be. It was adorable. Because actually I went to my old elementary school to go play fetch with him, which he wasn't really fond of that much. But he was fond of his basketball that was hanging out at the basketball court. I was just there. So then I was thinking, I'll probably just shoot the hoops and while just Zukov chills out. As soon as I picked that basketball up though, he was just all like, like Zukov was all up about that shit. So at a certain point I was like, alright, I think I found out what he wants to play with now. I want to actually at least give him like a football or something like that, because then he'll bounce around more and do all that shit and just bounce in like more unpredictable, crazy ways. And I think for Zukov that'd be kind of fun for him. Oh. Danny Masterson, I think his name is. Like, Danny from fucking That 70s Show is getting 30 years to life? What the fuck? Yeah, Danny Masterson sentenced to 30 years to life in prison? What the fuck? Really? What the hell happened there? I'm looking that up. Danny, what'd you do? What happened here? Oh. counts of 2 rapes, so he fucking rapes some people. You fucking shit. Damn it. You had to be a scumfuck rapist? Seriously? Wow. Wow. Man, does that basically mean that, like, Miley Kunis and, like, what's his face, Ashton Kutcher, like, are they pretty much, like, the only ones that are... Oh, then there's, Eric, like... As long as the other ones are okay. That's all I give a shit about. As long as the rest of them haven't been fucked. Because Danny played like, because I'm pretty sure Daniel's the dude who played, like, kind of like the conspiratorial kind of dude. Kind of like Dale Gribble of the group, almost. Had shades all the time. I mean, not necessarily my favorite of all of them, but, I mean, goddamn, dude. That's fucked. Man. What the hell? That dude beat some bullshit. I didn't even know that was even going on. It's honestly, I didn't even realize there was a whole trial about it and everything. So that like took me off by surprise. I'm like, wait, what? Really? Oh shit. But damn, dude. There we go. Nice. Ah, that felt good. Now I feel like my brain's starting to wake up and all that shit. Which, speaking of, what is going on for today? What be happening? Outside of, I guess, Danny Masterson being a rapist shit. Which, that's still kind of shocked me, honestly. It's like, fucking really, dude? Just, man... Shit like that, honestly, just genuinely sucks. It's like, man, what the fuck? Because I genuinely liked that 70s show. Like, it's to me, like, a fun show, because me and my friends watched it all the time, getting stoned and high ourselves, just because, like, we, in a way, related a lot to, like, their little antics or shenanigans and different things that they got into and stuff. I mean, a lot of it certainly was, you know, like, a lot about that show certainly was, like, transcendental, you know, from the 70s as well. Honestly, it's why, like, that 80s show failed so badly, because it tried to basically be that 70s show, but we're 80s now. It's like that instant how it works. Like, they certainly should have just kept it with the 70s if they were going to do that. That, you know, and also you can't really mimic that show. I mean, it's like, I mean, while obviously it pertained around the 70s, I mean, it had its own, like, things going on, or at least its own politics a little bit, to where you can at least take something from it and, you know, extrapolate to the modern times and contemporary. That's why, like I said, a lot of my friends, you know, enjoyed it a lot. Or at least like a sitcom for what it was, it actually is enjoyable. And I'm not even a guy that likes sitcoms. Let's see what's happening for the day. Jersey Town blocks beach on Sunday to force people to go to church. Chris Christie, what are you doing? I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you, Chris Christie, for this. The fuck, dude? Really? Yeah, we're gonna close these beaches down so you fucks go to church. Like, that's not how you get people to go to church. Obviously, they can't make it some fucking mandate, so they had to try to squeeze it in by being like, we're banning certain places, so the only places you can go to are church now. I mean, honestly, at that rate, like, you're just gonna get a lot of, like, annoyed, angsty stoner teenagers and young adults who'd rather be drinking and getting stoned at the beach and having them, like, loitering around church grounds. Like, that's gonna be probably more annoying than the fucking fact that people are at the beach instead of church. And also, like, what the I mean, like, how is closing the beaches gonna get anyone into a fucking church? Especially when they realize, like, oh yeah, we did it so that can happen. It's like, that no one's going, like, you're gonna get people to turn themselves away from that further. Like, I mean, my god, dude. Stupid. My lord, dude. Gotta, like, you know, you gotta stick it to that, you know, idea of liberty and having freedom and stuff like that. Go bow down and, you know, pray to an obedient, narcissistic god. That's what you need to be doing instead of having fun at a beach.
So look at what we have here in the video.
Yeah. So what this little thing is here. Fox goes nuclear on a Biden speech. Wow. And YouTube, are you fucking kidding me? Are you being stupid right now? It is. Wow. Okay. That's great. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, yep, okay. Yep, it's being done. Thank you for being done, YouTube. Gotta love that shit. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. There we go. Cool. Are you fixed now? Yes, you are. Okay. Sweet. Here. Let's see what, like, you know, speech that is apparently so abhorrent by this guy.
Quote, beyond grotesque, Fox News' Will Cain loses it after Biden talks climate crisis during Idalia cleanup. So,
oh my god, of course it is. Like, really? Oh my god, these people are so bought in and like in such fucking la land about this shit that it's actually insane. Like, beyond grotesque. What's beyond grotesque is, like, you know, is this shit. The idea that, like, oh, you know, we can't talk about it, or it's, like, somehow political, or it's somehow, like, some bad thing, or some shit, or, like, you know, just, or whatever the fuck. It's, like, seriously?
You who don't know,
the bad thing is not discussing it.
This is the hurricane that just hit the northwest portion of Florida, and, of course, did tremendous damage and led to a massive amount of flooding. This is awesome because what you're going to see in this clip is the most, like, banal, straightforward, simple commentary from a president. And just the colossal overreaction of the Fox host is honestly kind of hilarious.
Joe Biden visited Florida in the wake of that hurricane, and he had this to say as he stood on ground that was destroyed by a natural disaster. Watch.
Which is due to climate change?
Nobody can deny the impact of climate crisis. Nobody intelligent can deny the impact of the climate crisis anymore. Just look around the nation and the world for that matter. Historic floods, intense droughts, extreme heat, deadly wildfires. Wildfires.
Deadly wildfires, wildfires. So what the fuck was that? Okay, hold on. What was that?
For that matter. Historic floods, intense droughts, extreme heats, deadly wildfires.
Wired fires, dude. Wire fires. Oh my god, dude, are you serious?
Wildfires that have caused serious damage like we've never seen before. Just since being president, in 2.5 years, I've flown over more land burned to the ground as a consequence of wildfires than occupy the state.
Are you sure it's not wires or something like that? What did he even say? What was it again? Like wired fires or something? I don't even. I forgot. It was what the fuck, dude.
And the state of Maryland, from down to Mexico and Alabama, all up into Montana and around, it's been devastating.
Let's just point out how
The fact that that's pretty benign, and honestly, there was a Biden goof. Like, I mean, we had a goof in the middle of all that, so it actually kind of made it amusing. I mean, what's so bad about that? That seems like pretty typical of Biden, honestly. It's like, all right, yeah, yep. There's a Biden goof. Okay, yeah, anyway. Okay, yeah. There's another goof. Like, that's pretty much just what it is. Like, it's pretty typical of Biden right there. Like, I mean, like, that's supposed to be, like, abhorrent and grotesque or some shit. Like, seriously. Just poke fun at his goof and move on. Like, fucking hell, dude. Like, we get it, Fox. Like, you think climate change is non-existent. Like, we get it. Just, like, say stupid shit, make fun of the goof, and move on. Okay? Like, fuck off.
straightforward that commentary was. Nothing he said there was wrong. Look, it's hard to find a speech by a politician where they don't say anything wrong. That was an example if he didn't say anything wrong. And also, he's classic Joe Biden. He's like half asleep. And that's why climate change is really bad. Yep.
Whoa, gosh, some of those wildfires, Jack. No malarkey, those wire fires, I tell you what. I mean, you know, like, yeah, it's just typical Biden shit. There's just no energy in it, so it's not like, yeah, that's right, you know, whatever the fuck. Because, yeah, like, I pretty much agree with everything he's saying. There literally was nothing wrong with what he said, outside of him just being half asleep and making a goof. Like, I mean, it's whatever, you know, it's one of the rare times where a politician actually has a speech or says a sentence and there's actually nothing wrong with it. So, I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, at least you could take that for what it's worth.
Wildfires are wild, and they're fires. Like, it's a classic Sleepy Joe, but he's also saying things that happen to be correct. Look at this reaction.
We could actually talk about the effects of natural disasters, their frequency and their severity, and actually put it into...
Yeah, their frequency and how much they are increasing when it comes to the rate of how many natural disasters are happening are due to things like, shocker, climate change. Wow, who would have thought that?
Context and give you actual intelligence on whether or not this is an increasing problem in the United States. But that's not the point that I think
it is
make in this moment. Is that I'm sick and tired of politicians standing on the graves of dead children in the case of school children, school shootings, or natural disasters where towns are...
Fucking what? What? Fucking what? Excuse me, bitch? Like, you're sick of politicians saying on the deaths of children, especially from mass shootings at schools? Look in the fucking mirror, bro. Look in the fucking mirror, dude. Are you actually insane? What the fuck? Really? Like, I mean, what do you even say to that? Like, what the fuck, dude?
To the ground or destroyed by hurricane, and using it as a moment to ghoul and pimp for their politics. How?
Yeah, you know, I could think of a plenty of politicians, and in fact, an entire political party that does that. They're definitely not the Democrats, though. You know, because honestly, you want to know who they are? They're the Republicans. They do this shit all the fucking time. I mean, Democrats do too, but nowhere near to the same fucking level. And for different bullshit anyway. Like, at least when it comes to this shit, it's all the Republicans. Like, it's just practically just strictly them outside of, like, RFK Jr. being a weird fucking weirdo. Like, I mean, it's like, what the fuck? Really? This idea that, like, oh, these Democrats, these politicians, just talking about climate change and, politicizing shootings and this and that. It's like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, it's you motherfuckers that do that all the fucking time. You don't want to actually have a genuine conversation about these issues. You just want to bitch and moan. It's like, fuck off. Oh my god. Holy shit. This actually kind of got my goat, dude. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
You bring politics into politics. Yeah, that's it. These are political issues. Of course.
You know what? I kind of like that guy out there.
For their politics.
How dare you bring politics into politics?
You know what? That needs to be a clip. That right there needs to be a clip. How dare you bring politics into politics? Like, that needs to be a clip, dude. That needs to be a clip. That is awesome. That was good shit.
Yeah, that's it. These are political issues. Of course, when you're talking about political issues, you need political solutions. He said, like, standing on the body of dead kids talking about their political agenda. You mean, like, trying to limit the number of guns in criminals' hands who are committing these mass murders and atrocities?
And Nazis, too, because they seem to be a very strong, predominant demographic of who are doing the shootings.
That seems to me to be the most reasonable thing anybody's ever said, ever. Right? Or climate change. Oh, you want to, like, do something to stop this disastrous climate change, which is leading to flooding and wildfires and water shortages and all
yeah, I think I get Kyle's point. Is there any more to the clip? Oh my god, there is. I was thinking he was just going to kind of keep going, but no, there's more to it.
First of all, these two are the same person. Like, these two guys right here, they don't...
Oh my god, they actually kind of are. Dude, he's not wrong. They do look like fucking clones. It's just this guy has, like, blonde-ish hair. Or, like, silver hair or something. I don't know. Yeah. They practically are the same, dude. Oh my god, dude. They just make these fuckers out of a lab, bro. They're made out of a goddamn factory somewhere, like, secured underground at, like, outside Cheyenne, Wyoming or something, dude.
That is the same person. This guy and this guy are the same guy.
It's beyond grotesque to land into a disaster zone where people have been destroyed and to say, you know what should be the solution here? You know what the problem is? You haven't given me enough power. Your climate science...
What? What? You haven't given me enough power to control all these people who have been heavily affected by this thing. Huh? And also, like... Isn't that a jab at DeSantis, technically? Because he would be the one asking for federal help due to the natural disaster. So are you saying that him validating this is like him trying to gain more power? Which I don't disagree that that's what he's doing, but not with this issue. Huh? Like, what in the fuck is he talking about? Like, I mean, what the fuck, dude? It's like, I get it. Politicians obviously want to try to gain power for themselves and all that shit. Like, duh. But the one time where they're probably, like, not completely gonna do that, because of the times that politicians have done that during national disasters, they get fucked by their constituency because they remember that shit. Like, in a lot of ways, when it comes to these natural disasters and shit, depending on their reaction, they mean politicians, depending on how they react to that shit, it's gonna make or break the rest of their term. And if they, respond and, at least, do something to help, the people of their state, then they're gonna seal their re-election, basically. But if they don't do anything, or if anything, like, take the money for their own interests and fuck people over and all that shit, they're going to remember that, and that will basically kill any opportunity that they may have, for any political future. Like, I mean, because a lot of the politicians and governors and, like state politicians in the states that were hit by Katrina, like the ones that were corrupt and didn't do anything about it and basically fucked the people over and shit, especially like New Orleans, they remember that shit, and every single one of them were out the immediate next election. So it's like, when it comes to these issues, politicians are smart enough to know that they ain't gonna just, like, use that, to take their power, like, because they're already doing that as it is. Like, this is the one time where they're not going to do that because it will make or break their ability to keep going further in their career. Like, they recognize that shit.
No. Your climate change, Chicken Little.
Your climate change.
He barely could not even think of an insult. It's like, you're Chicken Little shit stuff. Like, he can't even make up an insult, dude. It just shows they have nothing. They can't even make up, like, insults over it because they know how silly their position is. They're just paid to make this take, so they don't give a fuck.
Little. He said Chicken Little. You want to stop? Like...
It's like, the sky's falling. That's what these letters are saying. They're like Chicken Little. My god, dude. Like, what in the fuck do you even say? Didn't Chicken Little warn people about weather? Yes. I mean, well, to be fair, I think, and he was right. Yeah. Yeah, and also he was. Like, that's what's funny. It's like they're using it as an insult, but that's actually a compliment because, like, because he, like, the whole point of the story is in a diamond on the rest of society is saying, hey, the guy who's, like, letting you know that shit's kind of going a little, crazy, their sky's falling, so to speak. And everyone else is like, nah. And then they see for themselves and they're like, oh shit, it is. And Chicken Little's over there like, told you so, dumbass. Like, I mean, I mean, these people, dude. Holy shit.
Natural disasters happening.
Are they 12?
Because of climate change by trying to get us to a renewable economy, which would reduce the effects of climate change. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
There's not to say there's not science in some of these elements for us to discuss, but you've turned it into a...
Yeah, which none of you ever seem to acknowledge being a thing.
And you're the same people that can't sound an alarm in Lahaina.
I love how... So he said, oh, you...
Did he just... okay. When it came to that whole, like, the sirens and shit, that could be blamed on the emergency services and, like, the police chief as well. Like, I think it was, like, police chief openly said, like, yeah, we thought, you know, it wouldn't make a difference, you know, sounding the alarms or not, so we chose not to. They chose not to do it. Like, I don't think that's necessarily, like, a Democrat or Republican issue. That's an issue of corrupt fucking administrative officials, you know, in the higher-ups of, like, you know, it was either like the fire or the police chief of, you know, in Lahaina. But, like, either way, it's just like, that's a different issue. That has nothing to do with them being fucking, like, Dems or Republicans or whatever the fuck.
Climate change into a religion. No, it sounds like you're in the religion. In fact, you're in a fundamentalist religion or a cult. Why? Because you can't even look at obvious problems that require solutions and admit they are obvious problems that require solutions.
Duh.
You're out there with your don't make politics political. So what does that mean? It means your point is, hey, every time there's a mass shooting, even if there's one every day, shut up and accept it. Even if we have climate disasters every single day as a direct result of climate change.
Shut up, accept it.
So you are in the...
It's basically because, like, oh, it's, you know, because all we have to do is just basically pray. Like, you know, or, you know, just thoughts and prayers it out of existence. Like, that's essentially it. Like, I mean, they don't want genuine solutions because they don't want to think too hard about it. They just want their sweet little, like, you know, God of gaps where it could fill that up for them instead of actually, you know, having the genuine answers, which are already fucking there in the first place. Like, you know, they just don't care. I mean, because of the whole, like, deaf cultist religion that they're all part of. I mean, that's just kind of the truth of it.
The mentalist cult of far-right politics. Of do-nothingism.
I'm sorry, but you don't have the competency to run anything, much less to stand in these moments of destruction and say, the real problem here is you haven't given me enough power. Preach. I
Of course, they're all like, preach, man. Oh my god. You know, honestly, that last little bit could be said about you fuck. You talk about yourself there, buddy?
Oh, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. It's so embarrassing. Totally partisan hack, weirdo, loser rant. You said Chicken Little. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Chicken Little.
Dude, these people are comical. I enjoy this. Let's go on this one. Puppy barking his own hiccups. Aww. 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 That's adorable. Yeah, Zukov hasn't done that before, but he has had hiccups where he's just like, what the fuck? When he first had him, he didn't know how to process them. At a certain point, he just kind of stopped giving a shit, though. That should be a good boy to take off. No, I'm not doing that. I think I'll actually be the better boy and not do that. Here, let's see what other little fault planes we can look at here. Oh, this one's... Oh, okay. This one, it looks fun.
We find it amazing.
This one looks fun. Doing 2 for on Kyle today.
How prominent people on the right can gain supporters when, you know, after a while...
Oh, I want... no, not actual, more like a concerning dream. Wait, what's this? Now I'll leave this first. Remote wasn't working, so I went to change batteries, but somehow new batteries were peeling. Dream self thought it was a good idea to use them anyway. When they were put in, they began leaking, and I started panicking. That's when I woke up. Oh shit. Your dream started melting things. Oh damn.
Only act for so long. After a while, their true opinions come out. And by the way, I would have said in 2016, when you talk about a lot of these figures and people say, oh, they're Nazis, I'd be like, you're being hyperbolic. Yeah, they might be
I wonder who you think we're about to delve into here.
Conservative, but they're not Nazis. Nazi is next level. Well, it turns out with many of them, no, they literally were Nazis. Richard Spencer was a Nazi. Milo Yiannopoulos was a Nazi. This is all proven because their internal text messages...
I mean, a good chunk of these fucking crazies are Nazis, okay?
Conversation.
Like, a lot of them just, you know, are a lot more smart about hiding it.
And we know what they're saying when they think the cameras are not on.
Or at least, you know, just, you know, reframe it as something different.
Fuentes also is a Nazi. And by the way, this is somebody Kanye West fell for his line of bullshit. But, you know, the argument we've heard for so long now, oh my god, there are some populists who are on the right, and they're, you know, maybe there's some sort of an alliance that...
Battery acid from home batteries should be run under cool, not cold water for 15-30 minutes to expose the area. And car battery acid should be washed in liquid water with dish soap. Huh.
The truth comes out after a while, right?
Exposed clothing should be cut off to minimize further skin exposure.
See what at least Nick Fuentes, but many of these other people as well, what they really think about, you know, working people and poor people.
The people of this country are furious. They don't like...
And here we are. Our booger boy.
My hatred for the poor.
Like you. I mean, I'm gonna be the smug one here. I hate everyone's business. It's like, just some poor schlop.
They don't like that.
And what? And also your audience, too, because pretty much, like, all your little wiper fucking little incel bitches are a bunch of fucking, you know, poor jack-offs, too.
Why? I don't get it. But I don't care, because
you have no brain, and you are basically barely have, like, any brain cells left that are functional. So, yeah, that makes sense.
I do fucking hate the poor, and I hate poor people, and I hate poverty, and I'm sick of lying about it. I'm not gonna pretend that I don't, okay? I love the rich. I don't have any animosity for the rich men of America, okay? I want to be one.
You're never going to, you little faggot. Like, oh my god. I fucking love this little shitbag. Like, I mean, this idea is like, oh, I absolutely vilify poverty and this and that. It's like, why? Because you're a part of it? You little fuck. Like, I mean, really? Like, and also, like, oh, yeah, I just want to be one of those, like, rich dudes and stuff. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, well, guess what? You're never going to. Especially if that retarded ass little attitude, you little twink bag, little fuckwad. I mean, my god.
My friends to be rich. I want all white people to be rich. I want to emulate.
The key to making poor people disappear is to give them money. Well, duh. It's like, hey, maybe, like, the actual solution would be like, hey, let's, give poor people more money so they're, not poor.
Them. I want to be one of them. I want to be among them.
Props for honesty. Props for honesty. But look, the truth comes out. The truth comes out. Because one of the tricks that the far right does, and they've done for a long time...
Boys make you sick. Okay, so pay us more. I mean, no shit. And also, it's like, like, if anything, I just, like, you know, for him, just want to rub it in. And if anything, like, I mean, I'd say, like, you know, even if, like, poverty was solved, keep him in it. So, like, he should be the only one in poverty as far as I give a fuck. Like, let him be homeless, running around the streets, and every time, like, you know, he tries to set up a camp, a bunch of cops, you know, destroy and trash everything, and he has to start over again. Or, like, fuck this old twit. Should do a world favor, finally deep throat it. I mean, that's being too kind.
They try to posture like they're pro-working class. That's what they try to do. Oh, we're actually trying to look out for people on the bottom rung of the ladder. And they scapegoat a bunch of other poor people and working people in the process. Oh, blame the Mexicans. Oh, blame the Muslims. Oh, blame, you know, whatever minority
the Jews
community you want.
Because, yeah, like, they blame everybody. Like, it's just, I mean, that's what they do. That's, like, their forte. It's like, if I can't necessarily just do my usual blame the Jews thing here, who can I blame this time, which really, realistically, is just them. But, you know, using, you know, some other form, I guess we'll go after the minorities of, you know, the immigrants this time around. And maybe tomorrow I'll go after trans people and shit. And then maybe, you know, after that I might, you know, go after Jews again. But realistically, it all just goes after the Jews guys. I'm just a little Nazi.
Now, they do divide and
Nick wants to be one of those Richmond, north of Richmond. Yeah, he does. I mean, he openly was saying it there. Which, honestly, like I said, he never will ever become one. Like, I mean, he's just gonna be chasing this little fucking, you know, dream of being a, you know, fucking little billionaire and shit. Some weird little white rich bitch. And he's not even going to be able to achieve anything remotely close to that. Which is going to just end up being a reciprocal cycle of insecurity for himself, which is why I don't got any fucking empathy for that little rat. Because the idea that, like, that fuck is, you know, somehow, like, redeemable would be silly. Just fucking silly.
And they posture like, oh, we want to help working people. Well, here's Nick Fuentes telling you what he really thinks of poor people. You know, it can't just be the case that poor people, in the overwhelming majority of circumstances, are just regular people, like you and me, working, trying to do the right thing, trying to get ahead, trying to do right by their family and their friends, and they just happen to live in a late-stage capitalist hellscape where, you know, the minimum wage isn't even a living wage, so you have to take 2 or 3 jobs to even pay the bills and get by. You can't afford a 1-bedroom apartment in any of the 50 states. Working full-time and making minimum wage. It can't just be that they're regular people who are getting screwed by a rigged economic system. No. What you can see here, and this is just real belief, is that poor people are just inherently inferior. There's some sort of moral failure at the core of poor people.
And if anything, there was a genetic one. I mean, at least that's what Nick Fuentes and, you know, a lot of these Nazis generally believe. Because that was a Nazi talking point back then. Like, because, like, you know, the idea of anyone potentially being impoverished and shit was, like, legit immoral and genetic failing and shit. And that's why, you know, they saw it as a, you know, failing, you know, of Germany to, you know, unable to, you know, rise out of the fucking Great Depression and shit, and use that as, you know, its main point, you know, around it, you know, to try to galvanize and rabble-rouse a lot of the fucking people into their, like, Nazistic hysteria and shit. Like, it's a common tactic that these, you know, fascists and especially Nazis use when it comes to trying to, like, you know, create not just, you know, hyper-classist sense of, like, superior inferiority, but also genetical elements to it, too. I mean, if anything, especially so.
Poor, it's on you. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. There are no systemic factors that get in the way. There are no macroeconomic factors which make poor people an ironclad reality in a late capitalist hellscape. No, it's your fault. It's your problem. It's an individual issue. It's not a societal issue. It's not an economic issue. Basically, get your shit together. And if you don't, you're one of the bad people. And by the way, this fits in perfectly with his worldview vis-a-vis race. Right? I mean, this guy, and he's even said it. Hey, I think black people are inferior. I think they're inferior. He said it. You know, he thinks Jews are in a cabal that run the world and they're evil. And now, you know, part of this worldview, this rigid hierarchical thinking where everything is nature, nothing is nurture, poor people are just bad people. They're just bad. Rich people are just good people. So it's superimposing a meritocratic structure on a situation where there is not one.
I mean, it's a hyper sense of essentialism. I mean, I've talked about it before, and I was mentioning it now. Like, they think, to some extent, like, I mean, a part of the class system of inferiority here is, like, a major chunk of it. It's not just the sense that you have by poor. It's that, like, you are because of some genetical reasoning to it. Because broadly they see people that are minorities, whether black, immigrant, or like as Hispanic or Latino or otherwise, or whatever the fuck, they see these people as just obviously inherently inferior, and predominantly tend to make up people who are working class or more poor, and because of that, they just broadly expand that out to anybody that happens to be poor and shit. And that includes people that might still technically genetically fit the bill. Because at that point, there must obviously be something there where your lineage and your DNA has been diluted due to the essentialism that has been brought with you and shit. So thus you're somehow inferior or some shit. It's just literally backwards, insane fucking thinking. We need to stop the goblin upright. I mean, no shit. I mean, these fucking goblin freaks, dude. So they it really needs to be stopped. Here's any other little points? Yeah, I guess not. I guess that's just only a little clip. It's actually a hobgoblin. Yeah, hobgoblins are fine, but goblins, nah, fuck those bitches. Can we cancel people who base their entire political ideology around their repressed sexuality? Yes. Because at that point, like, a fat chunk of them would just be far-right fascist weirdos and, like, Nazism. Like, legit. Like, a good chunk of it. I wouldn't say all, of that, it's... Like, I wouldn't say, like, all political ideologies that have around this whole respect sexuality ain't all just that, but a fat chunk of it is. Like, a fat chunk of it is. Just straight up. Because that's where majority of this comes from. It does. I mean, it really does, honestly. I mean, it's just so fucking... I mean, if it wasn't so goddamn dangerous, I'd say it's comical. So, Rule 34, March 2. I don't want to know that and don't wish to ever know that information. You stop these black people. What if some black guy breaks into my home, fucks my wife, and I end up jerking off to it? I can't sleep at night because I think about this so much. I think about it so much that I just can't get it up with my wife anymore. And fucking, like, I'm pretty sure she goes out and meets him anyway, out of the bars and stuff. Because she gets mad at me. And yells at me. Sounds more like a you issue. Yeah, dude. Because, I mean, there's a weird fat chunk of these weirdos that got so many fucking hangups that, honestly, if they just were able to figure that shit out, they would probably just, be fine. They probably wouldn't be, like, crazy political psychopaths. And what if I see a big black dick and it turns me gay? Oh, God. I can't have that. What are you moaning and groaning about? Black Huck's out there on the hub watching Batman. Dude, I mean, like, hey, if that's what they're into, it's what they're into, man. But, like I said, I mean, at least for the people that are doing it on the hub, or consenting, and it's all fine. But, like, these dudes just have a fucking hang up over it. I mean, I think even Sneeko, like, at one point talked about it. It's like, yeah, I think every man should, like one of these manosphere fucking weirdos, you know, like one of these dudes that we're kind of talking about. Like, he even said it at one point. It's like, yeah, I let, you know, man, fuck my girlfriend, and I actually didn't like it, and it wasn't cool, and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? Every man should do it. Just see if they like it or something. It's just like, I mean, what? It's the dude is just so fucking weird. And I mean, you know, because like so much of like their sexual hang-ups and shit, like, you know, they have to like in a way project that on society, you know, to essentially make them feel, I guess, secure in their own sense of self. Because if they make the rest of society like insecure about these things, then it makes them feel more comfortable, you know, being insecure about it, because it's like they're not alone or some shit. Me too, sure. I'm just embracing it instead of being a scared bitch. That's what I mean, yeah. Just, like, enjoy the fact that you like getting cucked or some shit, or you like, you know, black dick or something, and just have fun with it. I don't know. Send a couple links. Oh, yeah. This is by Phrasing is Kate. How do you top your sub? Blocked, blocked, blocked. You are all blocked. Damn. Oof. That's an oof. What's going on here? Ooh, some deliciousness. A delicious looking cake. With pomegranates and some other berries, cherries. Cherry pie. Roasted grape and, oh, it's a grape and lemon mascarpone. Oh, I also thought those were cherries. But hey, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'd try some of that. I'd try some of that right there. Well, slap my salami, call me, what the fuck? That's a new one. Slap my salami, call me. Maybe they should be called Jarkin subs. Dude, yeah. Jersey's Jarking Sugs, where you can enjoy some good subs at Jarkins. You can get your jargon at Jarkins. Oh my god, that'd actually be a good model. You could get a good jargon at Jarkin Subs. Now that would be some poor phrasing. The memes of that would just be ridiculous. Probably be the closest thing we get to, like, you know, Femboy Hooters too. Oh my god, that dog is so tired. What a sleepy little thing. Go to work. Hey, well, let me smoke one more bowl and all that shit. I was about to get to that. Jesus, someone's impatient. Wow, someone's impatient for me to, like, wrap things up. Wow, that's a first. Cause havoc. That's the plan. You know how I always like doing that shit? Hold on, doing this first. Ugh. I was gonna say Femboy Hooters is fooders, but it sounds more like a feet thing. Yeah. Why is that such a, like, fetish that's everyone into? I don't get that, man. I just generally don't get that shit. I'll go to Femboy Hooters, but I'd be scared. I mean, why? Honestly, it sounds disgusting. It does sound disgusting, honestly. Fooders. Waitresses picking up your wings. Oh, yeah, no. I accidentally hit on the boy with a big dick. Oh my, wow, okay. I see. I'm sure there'll be like a contract or something that you can sign. It'll be fine. I don't think the food's even all that sanitary to begin with. It probably isn't. It probably likely isn't. But, anyway, at least it's all good for now, so I can get myself all to work and all that fun shit. So, peace out for now, and of course, I'll be back around for the next one. So.